Hey y'all, it's Rad. Welcome to the life and suffering of Sir Brante. It's been a bit. Um, yeah, I think it's been about like a year and a half. So I'm just gonna continue this. And I watched the video that I did like originally, and so I'm caught up on what I was doing last time. Um, which was trying to be like the most diabolical human being I possibly could be. So I'm gonna continue that route, and if like the voices change on some of the characters, yeah, don't be surprised. It's been a year, and I can't. So let's just do that. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling clothes is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Steph and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him, oh no. The two of you will play together and tease Stefan together and help Mother together and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day you were the youngest in the family, but everything is different now. Your parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side, and Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She is so worn out, she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You'd better bring it back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's bedroom. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Rad, you're bothering me. She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of a respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing against the wall. Somebody has to do something. You are scared of your mother right now, but your fear of Nathan's life much more. I don't know if I need to be in good condition or in good relations with Nathan later on. He's like the lowborn, right? He's the know nothing or whatever. All right. Mother keeps shaking Nathan violently, and you cannot stay away any longer. He is no longer bawling; he is shrieking. Just leave me alone. Then out comes your voice, so loud it drowns out their cries. No, it's not Nathan's fault, Mother. You're just tired. Please don't do anything to my little brother. If you have to punish somebody, punish me instead. He's too young, he won't understand. Your mother freezes and looks at you. Her eyes narrow to slits. Her stare is cold and full of pure wrath, so pure you cannot help but recoil with fear. Are you trying to teach me how to take care of a child? Are you giving me lessons on calming a newborn baby? Your insipid nagging now at all. It's time you learned your place. She puts Nathan on the bedsheet, then moves towards you. You step back, but a closed door blocks your way. She slaps you across the face, your ears ringing from the heavy blow, and your cheek burns from her wrath. You wince and close your eyes, expecting a second slap, but nothing comes. Nothing but Mother's heavy breath and Nathan's shrill cries. Then there is a knock at the door. You step aside. Father walks in. He looks at the clutching and reddened cheek. Looks at you clutching a reddened cheek, at the bawling baby, at Mother, her eyes red with rage and tears, her breath heavy and ragged. Go to your room, son. I'll join you soon. Are you winning, son? You do as you're told. Back in your room, you press your aching cheek against the cold window, hurt and dazed by what just happened. Soon enough, Nathan stops crying. You hear Father's heavy footsteps in the hallway. He comes in your room and sits on the bed next to you. Son, please do not be angry with your mother. The twins know she wishes nobody any harm. This is a difficult time for her, but we will have to make it through as a family. You stepped up to protect your brother. You acted like a nobleman today. I'm proud of you. Your mother and Nathan are resting now. How bad does it hurt? You shake your head, not bad, but your hand still aches to clutch the cheek. Father embraces you with a sorrowful smile and gingerly pats you on the head as you press your forehead into his housecoat. Things grow calm now, the trouble has passed, and you are quietly happy. Yeah, 1123. 5 years old. Father's sword. Okay, cool. When Father's now working long hours, you often see him spending long stretches of time in the backyard, practicing his fencing. You are allowed to watch, but that is it. You are forbidden from touching the sword, let alone actually learning how to fight with it. It's a new day today, and Father has been busy in his studies since early morning. Mother took Gloria and Nathan to the shops. Your studies are done for today. The house is empty. You spot Father's sword hanging by the yard door. He must have left it there by accident after a training session. You deliberate at first, then grab the sword with resolve and run outside. At last, you have a chance to set it up close, or to see it up close. It is a small sword used for dueling, heavy and devoid of any ornamentation. You recall that it was made specifically for him. The weapon is difficult to handle. Its heft makes the palm of your hand shake. As you get used to it, you try your best to imitate Father's feints. Your technique leaves much to be desired, but at least it's something. You imagine yourself fighting for the family's honor as the thin blade slices through the air. But you swing too far back. The blade nicks your shoulder and cuts through your shirt, staining the fabric crimson. The sword falls to the ground with a dull clang. You try to apply pressure to the wound to make it stop bleeding, but all you do is make the blood flow faster.
Rad, what are you doing here?
A familiar voice hurts you more than the cut of the sword. Father walks up to you briskly. His rugged arms rip off the length of cloth and bandage your shoulder. He squats by your side and pulls you into an awkward embrace. My son, why did you have to take the sword? You know you're not supposed to hold it. This is no toy. It is a weapon that can take lives. I know how you feel. I used to yearn for my father's dueling sword back when I was a lad. A rad lad. One day you might have a chance to earn the right to carry a weapon, but first you must have patience and study and become a noble. When that day comes, I will be proud to teach you myself. You rarely spend time with Father without someone else around. There is paternal love in his voice, so much that even the cut on your shoulder barely hurts now. You would be glad to be convinced by what he says. But how can you forget your dream? How can you abandon it just to earn Father's approval? Is it right for him to ask so much of you? Alright, fencing lesson. Father's inquisitive look presses you for an answer. It takes you a long time to muster enough courage to speak. You beg him to teach you how to fight, at least the very basics. It will certainly come in handy in your future. It will be your first step towards becoming a nobleman. Now it takes Father a long time to respond. He is about to speak, and you expect a refusal, but he says nothing. He draws a sharp breath again, but remains quiet. Then finally he offers you the sword. But remember this, Rad. You are not a warrior, not yet. You will study this like you study your lessons. He teaches you the first lesson right away. You learn to dodge attacks. There are several times when the tip of the blade cuts the air dangerously close to your nose. It is scary and difficult, but you manage it. From that day forth, Father teaches you the foundations of sword fighting in great secret. You use your passion for tree climbing to explain the cuts you receive during training. Soon you learn how to hold your own in a duel. But will you ever need this art in real life? I'll be okay. I'll be good. You wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back home after a long trip. Brad, today is your special day. The day when you begin your studies. Now teachers will be coming to your home, to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you will grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. Stefan wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. An open carriage takes the two of you through dusty, noisy city streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Anazote. I don't know if that's what it's actually called, but that you already know. It is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There is a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know the silver tree grew from the blood of our gods' own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls in excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. Very well. War isn't our... Very well. War isn't your lot for now. But maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. You will lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead, take your present. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there is a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He is about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me! He hit me! A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulder. What happened? You press against Father, your mind more at ease now. He will protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Rad? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? You hide behind Father and deny all wrongdoing. The boy was too clumsy. Now the two fathers come face to face. Your father is calm, while the enraged nobleman pelts him with insults and reaches for his sword again and again. The insults do not stop. In the end, the nobleman challenges Father to a duel. There is only one way to protect the family honor. Father grudgingly accepts the challenge. They bring him home much later with a fresh wound in the side and another on his shoulder. You spend the entire day by his bedside, doing whatever he says, overcome with a mixture of shame, guilt, and gratitude. Even though Father rarely shows it, he would readily risk everything for his family. When Father's wounds heal, he brings you the belated present, a little box full of soldiers, the Holy Order made of tin. You line the warriors up in battle formation, only one thought on your mind. Your family is always by your side.
Year 1124.
Today, Father ordered the dinner table to be brought out into the yard. For the first time in months, he's home, outside of the confines of his always locked study. He spent the entire day playing with Nathan and you, discussing various matters with Stefan, now an adolescent, and walking in the garden, and now a dinner under the open sky. Your entire family gathers together, with Father at the head of the table smiling. He asks each of you about your studies. Nathan climbs up on his knee and recites a counting rhyme in a funny, sing-song voice. Stefan mentions that his fencing teacher praised his accomplishments. He rises from the table together with Father to show his skill in a practice duel. Next comes Gloria's turn. She stands on her chair and recites a lengthy prayer by heart. Mother showers your sister with praise. Father chuckles quietly, hiding a smile on his mustache. When your turn comes, you recite all the ranks in the Legion, from common soldier to high commander. Stefan listens to you with a skeptical look on his face. Night slowly falls, but the servants ensure that the yard is well illuminated. You don't feel cold in the dusk tonight. It feels good, yet so important. All of you are finally together, sitting at the same table. No fighting, just smiles. No arguing, just pleasant small talk. Then a servant approaches father with a letter in his hand. He reads it in the dim light, and each line gradually washes a smile off father's face until only a stone-cold mask remains. Mother looks at father with an unspoken question in her eyes. Richard Brante is coming back to Anazote. He's the head of our family, my father.
Grandfather's return. The grandfather, Gregor Brante, returned to the family home in the capital.
Ever since the news of grandfather's impending arrival, there has not been a single day when the house has not been cleaned or decorated. Your parents anxiously make sure everything is in order. They tell you to wash your face and hands after walks and scold you for leaving books on the floor. They tell Gloria she will be flogged if she's ever seen hiding in the attic. They make Stefan stay in his room. Even baby Nathan gets in trouble. Everyone is on edge. Then one day, grandfather arrives. It is a grim day, so hot your neck is sticky with sweat. Father, mother, Stefan, Gloria, you, and Nathan, the entire Brante family stands on the porch in front of the house. The house servants lined up behind you. The carriage arrives, and out steps a tall, gaunt, old man with a heavy walking stick and a heavier gaze. You cringe instinctively. Good health to you, father. Children, greet your grandfather as you have been taught. Still trying to look like a real nobleman, are you? You can't fool me, Robert. I was the first of the Brante family to be ennobled by the mantle, and I am the only one who remembers how to bear this burden properly. I live honorably by my lot. Your marriage to that low-born wench cut us off from ever becoming noble of the sword. My progeny could have been born bearing noble blood. Father, I beg you, this is not the place. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. Grandfather eyes him with scorn and walks into the house, the entire family following close behind him. I have been away for far too long. The entire house is a mess. This is an insult. How can you live in such a pigsty, Robert? The servants have grown far too lazy, all thanks to your commoner of a wife. I warned you, did I not? And yet you did as you saw fit. And the children, what do they know of tradition or honor? They are being raised in a virtuous family, father. And now you're speaking with like a lowborn who's content to live in humility. Twins, willing. Now that I am here, this will not happen again. I am taking your oldest son to the capital. I see you cannot provide Stefan with a proper education, so I will correct your mistake. Your brother's fate has been decided, just like that. Father does not object. He orders the servants to prepare Stefan for the journey. Stefan freezes in place, glancing at grandfather and father again and again. The latter puts a hand on his shoulder, reassuringly. Grandfather's lips are a tight line, white with contempt. The house is examined, room after room. Everything grandfather sees is showered with scorn. He scoffs at a crease on a blanket in Nathan's crib in mother's bedroom. He mocks Gloria's knitting in her room. The door to your room is next. What is this, Robert? 10 soldiers in your younger son's room? He was born a commoner. I wouldn't have him daydreaming of battle. Grandfather seizes the box containing the 10 warriors of the Holy Order. Your father stays silent. Anger and fear boil within you. This is your big present from your first day of your studies. It means so much to you. But what if he's right? What if you need to prove your right to command the toy soldiers first? Grandfather shakes his head in disapproval and shoves the toy box into the roaring fireplace. If you wait too long, they will melt in the flames. Alright. Oh shit. You can die already. Okay. You run into the fire and take the box out. The wood is hot to the touch, and the edges are burnt. Pain comes slowly. Horrible burns on your hands appear a few moments later. Mother gasps loudly. Then suddenly, a heavy blow strikes you on the back. You turn around to see grandfather towering over you, his walking stick in hand. You stare back at him defiantly.
How dare you defy me, whelp? You are nobody.
Furious, grandfather wrenches the toy box out of your hands and leaves the room. Father follows him immediately, yet he sneaks in a hidden smile before he's gone. Soon grandfather leaves. Your elder brother Stefan goes with him. From that day on, father's hired teachers tend you alone. They bore you with monotonous lectures on writing, counting, and the way of life in the blessed Archaean Empire. You often distract yourself from their instruction by playing with your younger brother Nathan. Your home grows quiet without your elder brother, too quiet. Weeks later, your family receives a letter from Stefan. Grandfather has sent him to a boarding school for nobles, and he's now studying hard in preparation for his service as a nobleman. The rules here are way too strict. You can't even sneeze without teacher's permission. But I've been studying with my peers. We're learning how to live as nobles in a noble society. We're also learning the art of swordplay. That's my favorite part. With Stefan now at the boarding school, grandfather arrives once more, this time to live in your home. The only good thing is that he often has urgent business in Eterna, the capital of the empire, and has to travel there. One day you ask mother where he lived before. In Eterna, she says, but now his place is here. Each time grandfather returns, he gives the servants new orders. Your home is now always busy with repairs. The servants are redecorating grandfather's chambers, including his library and sitting room. Sometimes father tries to gently talk him out of this. Why subject the house to constant reconstruction? Grandfather's answer is always the same.
This home is mine, and I will live here as befits a man of the nobility.
An illustrious guest. Some days grandfather stays home, and on those days you try your best to stay out of his sight. But there is no way you can avoid family breakfast. The food is there. You cannot bring yourself to eat it. Mother's eyes are red and swollen. She's been crying all night again. Grandfather sits at the head of the table where nobody used to sit before.
Robert, it is high time your youngest sons underwent their sacraments.
Sir Brante, please, let them live free of the lot for a while longer. They are but...
Shut your mouth. Robert, that wife of yours is impertinent enough to interrupt me. If this ever happens again, she'll be eating her gruel with the servants in the kitchen where she belongs. It is time you considered a real marriage, Robert. One to women of a proper station.
Gloria drops her fork. Grandfather shoots her a scathing look. A tear rolls down mother's cheek. Father does not look away from the plate, his hands clenched into his fist.
Baroness Elodar is one such woman. She is a comely widow and a fine match. She is suing for her inheritance right now and could use proper support and a husband. You can keep your lowborn Lydia around if you like. Servant, mistress, I don't care. I will not do that, father. I am the head of this family, and the family's standing took a severe blow after you married that commoner. It is unthinkable how you could give up the memory of the beautiful Amalia born, this lowly woman and that bastard child of hers. But now you have a chance to set things right. Don't disappoint me.
Father nods, curtly, trying not to look in mother's direction.
Father, I wish to see Stefan. If I find your conduct in the Baroness's presence satisfactory enough, then you may see him. She is coming for a visit tomorrow. Be prepared.
Grandfather wipes his mouth with his napkin, throws it onto his plate, and leaves. Mother's lips move silently. Nobody says a word. Then father stands up and orders you and the other children back into your rooms. He needs to speak to mother in private. Father comes to the room before bedtime. He sits on the edge of the bed and adjusts a crease on the woolen blanket. He distanced himself from you after Stefan's departure, so you're not used to such attention from him. In the candlelight, you can see his face. In the dark, there's a sour expression on it.
My son, Baroness Emma Eladar, will be visiting us tomorrow. Please be polite and treat her with respect. Nathan will do as you do. I want this dinner to be as immaculate as possible. Don't let me down.
On the next day, Mother starts dressing you and Nathan for the coming dinner. You see red all around her eyes. She's been crying for a long time. It hurts just to look at her. Nathan starts whining quietly. You and Nathan are dressed in new doublets, your tousled hair brushed into shape. Gloria is told to stay in her room. Father appears wearing his best suit. Mother is in a humble brown dress, looking pale. Grandfather has an uncharacteristically contented look about him. You hear the sound of wheels and hooves against the cobbles in the yard, and a pair of dainty heels come clacking. The antechamber is completely quiet and still, fearing grandfather's observant eye. The door opens. You see your guest, a beautiful, dark-haired woman in a dress of elegant deep blue. Father takes the hand of Lady Lodar and kisses it, showering her in compliments. Grandfather's face is beaming in her presence. No one even bothers to introduce Mother.
Baroness, allow me to introduce you, Robert's sons. Brad and Nathan Brante. Frankly, it's his eldest, Stefan, who deserves the most attention. But currently he is studying in Eterna with other young noblemen like himself. It is my hope that his younger sons will also make me proud one day.
Grandfather eyes you with a probing look. How will you act in front of the Baroness? Will you accept her here next to your mother, your father's rightful wife? Got it. You follow father's example and kiss the Baroness's finger gently. Her laughter fills the antechamber, ringing like chimes. Gallantly offer to lead her to the sitting room. Lady Elodar graciously agrees. Behind your back, you can hear mother sobbing. Woo-hoo! Grandfather and Baroness Elodar engage in small talk over dinner. She tells him of the woes of litigation over her late husband's inheritance, and he advises her like the judge he is. Father is most silent, only getting in a word or two. You do your absolute best to behave yourself. After the decorous farewells to Lady Elodar, Father quietly thanks you for your model behavior. Morning after he leaves for Eterna with Grandfather to visit Stefan. Mother spends almost an entire day in her bedroom. You cannot bring yourself to speak to her. Father returns from the capital in a quiet rage. You overhear your parents talking. Apparently Grandfather has already poisoned Stefan's mind against him, and he greeted Father with cold hostility. The name of Baroness Elodar is never mentioned in the house again. Sympathy. Cool. Well, we're probably gonna be into. We're probably gonna end up in hatred or quarrels. Probably hatred.
Yeah, 1125.
I think this will be the last year. Father now checks on your studies often and nitpicks you for sitting or eating or speaking in an incorrect fashion. Once he becomes so annoyed, he says that he wishes Stefan had been the one to stay home instead of you. You never expected to hear those words from your father, of all people. Grandfather's trip to the capital took longer than expected. It feels lighter around the house without his presence. I cannot speak apparently. Without his presence. You allow yourself a little change of scenery. Instead of your room, you now busy yourself with reading and calculations in the sitting room across from the open door to the yard. Gloria has joined you today. She has already helped your progress through several complex passages in the book. Right now, she seems preoccupied with a strange tube. Aren't you hurt by the way grandfather treats you? He asks. Or you ask. Gloria just shrugs. Grandfather always says they should get rid of me. I'm used to it now. He hurts you a lot worse because you're close to him. I just have to stay out of his way. That's it. She shows you the strange tube she has been holding in all day. Look, it's a kaleidoscope. I got it as a gift. Want to see inside? Excited by the idea, you close the book and peer into the tiny hole on one end of the tube. Your eye sees a multitude of intricate patterns. Each turn of the tube reveals a new web of interwoven colors that mesmerize you. The kaleidoscope turns the fiery burning in the fireplace into cavalry made of flames. You are riding at the front of the fiery horseman, ready to face the enemy. Grandfather's face emerges from the intersecting lines. You swing the kaleidoscope like a sword, cutting it in half. Now you look at the blue sky through the window. Patterns of unending, secretive, and calm, and peaceful. Just like Father's smile before Grandfather's invasion. The deep blue gives way to a scattering of gold, radiating gentle warmth, like Mother's arms. This fleeting beauty, too, soon gives way to a hypnotic new pattern. Again and again, you see your family in these interconnecting figures as they come together and break apart. And in the middle of this golden glow, you see Gloria's green eyes gazing at you observantly. Your sister left you long ago. The books are abandoned, and time slips away unchecked, but you are still busy peering into the kaleidoscope. Order emerges from the chaos before your eyes again and again, but you cannot preserve it no matter how you try. You are caught in an inner conflict. There is so much that can be done with this kaleidoscope. Should you take it apart, or ask Gloria how it works, or keep enjoying the patterns it shows you? But you still have lessons to do today. You continue peering into the ever-changing patterns the kaleidoscope offers you. They become truly interesting when you point it at the shining pillar gleaming in the sky. In mind's eye, one battle follows another, filling your ears with clanging steel and the neighing of horses. You are leading the Imperial Army now. Everybody is so proud of you. Grandfather says you are better than Stefan, and Father's stern voice cuts your daydream short. You lost all track of time. It is evening now.
How did you get your hands on this toy, Rad? Why aren't you studying? Give it to me. You will have double the lessons tomorrow.
Sweet temptation. Grandfather's visits are no longer a cause for fear and panic in the house. He has become everything you're used to. Something nagging, yet not unordinary, like a splinter or a stain on your trousers. The tension still remains, however. Sir Gregor's disdain for everyone in the house is so palpable, it almost stings for real. Your lessons with the tutor are done for today. You are walking down the stairs when you spot Gloria peeping into the sitting room through a slightly open door. You sneak up on your sister and tap her slightly on the shoulder. She is startled. Oh, it's you, Rad. Look, Sir Gregor's eating something. Grandfather is sitting on the sofa, flipping through a book with one hand and reaching for a glass bowl with another now and then. Inside the bowl, you see candied fruit, a sweet confectionery forbidden to the common estate, like all sweet things. Yet Grandfather's face shows no pleasure as he keeps consuming the high-born treats. The clock strikes 3. Grandfather rises from his seat, puts away the bowl on a shelf, and leaves for the yard. He always takes a walk in the city at this time. Gloria nudges you with her elbow and looks at the candy bowl when you look at her. The first emotion you feel is fear, but next comes curiosity, and it is stronger. Stefan used to boast that candied fruit tastes incredible, and now you have a perfect opportunity to try it. You try a candied fruit first. The sugar starts to melt as soon as you put it on your tongue. It's so sweet. You have never eaten anything as good as this. You take the bowl off the shelf and give it to your sister. She takes a fruit and brings it to her mouth carefully, like a rare treasure. There's a thumping on the stairs, footsteps accompanied by a knocking of a walking stick. You have no idea why, but grandfather is back. You quickly hide behind the sofa and pull Gloria after you, but she's frozen in place with the bowl in her hands. The door opens. Grandfather's menacing figure advances on Gloria. His hand seizes her arm.
You disqualified, ungrateful, low-born child. How dare you bite the hand that feeds you? You and your trollop of a mother would be sleeping in a ditch if it weren't for my spineless son. The sweet and pleasant things in life are for the noble estate, not for the likes of you. Did you forget your lot?
His hand swings and hits Gloria on the cheek. Wha-pow! She falls to the floor right next to where you are hidden. Her fingers glisten with the warm, melted sugar that brought you here. Grandfather advances again, his walking stick ready, but then he sees you huddling behind the armchair. Please don't hurt him, Sir Brante. This is all my fault. He tried to stop me. You can already see a bruise on Gloria's cheek. This is only the beginning of her punishment. Gloria was caught red-handed. Unlike you, you can still avoid your punishment.
What is it then, milksop?
Did you try the sugar too? Or were you trying to stop this piece of filth like she says? I mean, if I was the worst person in the world, I'd probably pick lie. That's what I really want to do, because that's more aligned with the path I'm trying to pick. But if this gets me in a better relationship with grandfather, then honestly it's worth it, I feel. Just because that's helpful, later on down the line. And I guess being a ruthless, cold, blood-sucking noble is a little less about being a horrible person and more about taking responsibility. It's not completely true, but you stand up and tell the truth. Even though it takes you an effort to do it, you actually ate a candied fruit, but Gloria only touched it. You hope this will help your sister avoid punishment. You are quickly proven wrong. Grandfather's face is red with rage. He strikes you both with his walking stick, blow for blow. He keeps hitting you until he grows tired, and then he leaves you where you are. Soon enough, Mother comes in to find the two of you on the floor, too afraid to move. She shakes her head in disappointment. You are badly hurt and covered in bruises, yet she still forces you to kneel and recite the precepts on the lots and how important it is to follow them. Then you stand before Father and Grandfather and swear never to take things that do not belong to you again.
Aw, he's sympathetic.
Okay. Father and Mother have been focused on Nathan and you since early morning. Instead of breakfast, you are told to say your prayers, wash your hands and faces, and get dressed in plain white shirts. Today is the day of your sacrament.
Mother, I want to go play in the yard.
No playing today. You and Rad are big boys now. It is time for you both to have your first sacrament. No one can live without a lot.
You don't want a lot.
Be quiet and listen. You were born commoners, so you must accept a low-born lot before the twins. When you grow up, you will get a chance to earn a noble lot. Father and Mother take you to the carriage. Nathan is hungry. He starts whining like a bitch. Grandfather is the last to get in the carriage. His eyes are on you and your brother, looking for every fault. Soon the carriage is moving along the streets of Anazote, slowly and solemnly. One more turn, and you see the colossal white building marked by two massive pillars. For the first time in your life, you are to enter the Church of the Twin Gods. You enter the gate and walk under the splendorous dome of the church. The church hall is divided into two halves. They are drastically different from one another. The floor on one side is rough and jagged and covered in dried brown spots, while the floor on the other is made of smooth marble. Commoners kneel on the jagged floor, and the well-dressed nobles and their families sit on pews. Father and grandfather leave you to sit on one of the nobles' pews. Mother walks to the rough stone of the commoner's side and gets down on her knees. You see her wince in pain, for the low-born estate shall suffer in the house of the faith. The church acolytes surround you and lead you to the altar, where you and other children will take your sacrament this day. Before you stands a tall priest dressed in black, with a sword in one hand and a hefty whip in the other. Nathan's whining grows louder. He dislikes this place. He's sacred. He's sacred.
He's just a boy. He's just a baby.
You're scared. You remain quiet, but your stomach roils in uneasy anticipation. Actually, in a past life, I was a priest. And I don't mean my past life. I mean in a previous game. In a previous save file of this game, I was a priest. The first child to take the sacrament is a jaunty little boy from a family of nobles. The priest extends the sword before him and recites the words of his lot. From this day forth he will fight and rule and pursue the arts, his mind now forever free from the throes of suffering, for he now belongs to the noble lot. The boy proudly touches the flat of the blade with his lips. Nathan is next to receive the sacrament. He suddenly snaps out of his fearful trance and tries to break free, but the acolyte pulls him toward the altar and throws him on the jagged floor on the low-born side. The sharp edges bite into Nathan's knees as he lands, spraying drops of red around him. I like this whole family thing going on. Me over here with little ponytail.
I don't wanna. Rad, why do they want to whip me? What did I do?
You try to break free and run to Nathan's side. You want to give him courage and protect him, but the acolyte's grip on you is too firm. You feel utterly helpless. Your little brother has to face the world all by himself. The priest starts reciting the words of the lot, and he swings the lash over Nathan's shoulders. From this day forth, Nathan, you shalt endure and work and suffer. Thou shalt be ardent in thy labor and humble in obedience to thy rulers. And now cometh thy first true suffering, which thou must accept with gratitude. The lash cracks. It strikes him, his right shoulder. It strikes his left shoulder. The blows are so powerful that Nathan falls to the floor. The priest tells him to rise. He has received his lot. Nathan gets onto his feet and drags himself towards Mother, his knees torn and bloodied, his spirit broken. It is your turn. Your feet will not move. You can barely muster enough strength to walk to the altar. You get down on your knees and feel the sharp stones below, so sharp your clothing cannot protect you. Your skin begins to burn. The acolyte forces your head down, and you feel the lash being drawn above you, ready to strike. The priest's words are for you now. This is thy sacrament. Thou shalt work and endure and suffer. Thou art about to receive thy first true suffering by the sacred lash. Dost thou accept thy lot? The whip slices through the air, about to strike, but your eyes are transfixed by the blade. The priest holds in his other hand. You jump up and away. The lash misses you. You grab the blade with your hands. It cuts into them without mercy. The priest wrenches it away from your bloodied fingers. You look him straight in the eye. I am Rad of House Brante. The priest freezes in shock. You seize this moment to pull the sword closer and kiss the smooth, cold blade. You hear cries of outrage among the churchgoers. Mother prostrates herself on the jagged floor, racked with fear. Father remains still, baffled by what you have just done, but grandfather looks at you intently, as though truly seeing you for the first time. There is a semblance of respect in his gaze. You are forced back to the commoner's place at the altar. The acolyte seize you by the arms and legs and keep your face bent closely to the bloody, jagged stones of the floor. The lash strikes your right shoulder, then your left. Then you are told to rise. You are a commoner. For now. Mother takes your hand and leads you out of the church. Once you are outside, she scolds you for being insubordinate and bringing shame to your family. Nathan holds your hand as you walk. He his cheerful face a mixture of confusion and awe as he looks into your eyes. But you do not feel as though you have made a mistake. You did what was right for you. All right. The sacrament. You have taken your first sacrament and received the commoner's lot. I think now that's it. No one sacrament event has happened. Cool. Mark left on you by the sacrament takes a long, long time to heal. Mother says it's a reminder of your lot, suffering and sufferance, pain and patience. Gloria shows you the mark of the lash on her shoulder one day. It will never disappear. You are a commoner now. This is the lot you were born into. Father keeps telling you to study hard so you may yet earn a different lot and become a noble of the mantle. You recall the past with warm sadness, and Stefan still lived with you. Or when he wrote to you for a time shortly after he left. Now he thinks it's beneath him to write to the commoners in his family. Mother didn't lock herself in the bedroom as often back then. This changed shortly before Nathan was born. But most importantly, you missed the time before the terrifying figure of your grandfather was constantly looming over you. You learned the true power of the lot only after the head of the family's arrival. In grandfather's eyes, no commoner deserves to be treated with kindness. And is this just him, or is this the way of the entire world? The very thought makes you queasy. You are older now, and what's more, you are an elder brother now. You've learned how to take care of someone else, how to teach and protect. Soon, you are a small boy no longer. As the days pass, play gradually gives way to laborious studies. Now your choices will decide your place in the bizarre and ruthless world of adulthood. Your childhood years are over. Personal qualities that you've accumulated in childhood, they were converted into adult qualities at the end of chapter 2. Alright, stays with me. Okay. "8 years of age." Well, that's all for today. I hope you enjoyed, and stay rad.
I was growing up fast. The school, the streets, and the whole wide world awaited me beyond the gate of my parents' house.